Well, it was a different game. I thought we played pretty well early. They made some shots, and we missed a bunch of shots, and then we got a lead, and we did something uncharacteristic of us. We got a lead, and we kind of just said, "It's my turn." That was the first time I've seen that, and told my team I was disappointed in that because we weren't moving the ball like I thought we could. Some things happened. I thought that technical hurt us. We were 14 up, and I don't agree with it. If anything, it could have been a double, but they hit the 2 free throws and hit a 3, and all of a sudden it's a 9-point game. We just couldn't get over the hump. And but give Todd credit. His team's tough. They play hard. They're very well coached. I like his team. They hit some threes that I'm not sure they've been hitting on film, but they hit them, and that's all that matters. For us, I told Jaren Jackson after he wants to lead us in rebounding, so I think he missed and got 8 shots on that one possession. If he's looking to do that, I'd like to find a better way to do it. But he did some things that we wanted him to do. He took the ball to the hole, and he got fouled down there, got some offensive rebounds. I thought Nick, you guys make it hard on me. You and talk radio, you reporters, you guys make it hard on me because, everybody thinks I'm mad at Nick. And so I told him, what the hell, Nick, go ahead and shoot a 3. And Shazam went in. So that was good. That was for you guys. That 3 we set up for him. And, I thought Cassius Winston played really well. He made some very good plays, did some nice things. But if I had to go for a 5-star guy, I told DJ on the bench with 10 minutes left to go in the game that I thought this was Miles' best game. And that'll sound a little crazy because 17 points was one of his lowest production all last year. But if you look at him taking it to the basket, you look at him rebounding, you look at him 6 assists, 11 rebounds, he got some offensive rebounds, his defense was a lot better. Starting to see the real Miles now, and that is exciting. For some reason, we couldn't get everybody involved. I didn't think we moved the ball well enough that Josh and poor Cueto didn't get involved. And if Nick would have made some of those free throws, he would have had a big night, and we would have probably had an easier time. But all in all, we played okay, not great, but I know this: we played a lot better than 5 other top 10 teams that got beat by unranked teams this week. And my old boss, Joe Heathcote, used to say, finals and Christmas, tough time for basketball to stay focused. And yet I thought we practiced really well. I thought we were good. We missed some shots. They made them. And I'm saying we missed some shots. We shoot 48%, 47 from the 3. But all those misses, Nick had 74 from the line. And probably the most, I said we were a little selfish, 24 assists on 28 baskets. So it shows that the coach doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, and I'll just take the win and move into finals week.
Tom, Cassius is 19 of 27 on threes the last 6 games or so. I mean, can you just talk about the tear he's on? At one time he's going on the fast break on the left wing. He's like calling for the ball. I mean, he's really feeling.
I'll tell you what the best part about that is. Cassius today wanted to get Nick and Josh involved a little more a couple times, and then Tom comes in and he's sitting on the bench, and he comes in, and we were playing them both together, and he says, "Coach, I can get Cassius some shots," and told me a couple things to run. And it's not easy to be Cassius coming here, a highly ranked kid, and Tom starts most of last year, and then Tom, who started for 3 years, now coming off the bench, and I think that alone tells you a lot about it. And he's his biggest cheerleader, and it was his calls that got Cassius the ball. And I said, sometimes it works to play those two together because Cash is a very good 2-guard too. And he is shooting the lights out. Things run a little smoother. I don't know. And we're going to keep working with McQuaid. He's too good a shooter, too good a kid, too hard a worker to shoot like he's shooting. But it is what it is. We're just going to have to keep trying to get him better.
With their three-point shooting, it seemed like you guys had them defended fairly well on a couple of those.
Yeah, they made a couple of tough ones early. That first one was 25 feet out, you know, we just gotta sit there, here we go again. But, you know, we said early in the year our rebounding was poor. We worked on that, we got that better. And we said that our turnovers were poor. And we've worked somewhat on that and gotten them somewhat better. You know, the one thing that's been poor all year, teams are shooting too good from the three against us. I think I think I gotta take the blame for that. We wanna keep guys out of the lane and we don't wanna foul guys. This team goes to the free throw line 27 times a game, so, you know, we didn't wanna close up too tight and foul them and give them credit, they hit some shots. So, you know, that'll be this week's now. I think the two things that we really gotta work on this week is that ball going side to side on offense, pressing up a little bit more on defense. And if we can get those things locked in and get better over finals and get better over Christmas, you know, I still think we have a huge upside to this team.
Coach, you mentioned the rankings earlier. There's a very real chance you can be number one come Monday. Is that a bullseye you want this team to wear to see how they respond to it and handle it?
Yeah, I love that bullseye. You know, they could put Villanova up there. They've been playing awfully well too. But if it's us, that's a great bullseye. You know, that's a dream come true. You know, you always want your team to be ranked high. If you can't handle that, and I do want to see if we can handle it. So if we are blessed with that, that'd be great. And if we're not, you know, I'm going to have a chip on my shoulder either way. You know, so it doesn't matter to me. But I don't know how they'll feel. But you know, I think this team has to learn how to handle all these things. You know, it is amazing to me though. You guys, you know, would probably know better than me, but just even last week, you know, I think people think we should just beat everybody by 25 points. I mean, they're either on Dial-A-Clue or drugs, you know, something. There's some good teams out there. There's people that play hard, and when you are ranked high, everybody is coming at you. I mean, Duke's had a lot more close games than we have against them, you know, it's just the way it is. And I like the fact that our guys are handling it pretty much. I get disappointed in people thinking that we should just cruise through all these games. And when you go on the road in the Big Ten, you know, I watched part of the Duke game today at Boston College, and it's hard to win on the road in the league.
I know finals week can get goofy with everybody's schedules and all that, but is it a good time for them to have maybe a little bit of a mental break from the everyday grind a little bit, for a little time before that next game, or does it not matter?
Just trying to think of how I would address your finals week. Was it tough?
Mine?
Yeah. Finals week is tough, guys. I mean, it's you do get a little time, but you know, as we always seem to happen, it's, you know, a lot of times, like when I was in college, up in the UP, they would, if you had a week of finals, it'd be Monday and Tuesday and maybe Wednesday, because everybody wanted to get the hell out of there to the warm weather, you know. We got to have our finals on Thursday and Friday, and that's not good for us, because it's going to be a grind all week, and then you need some time. I mean, Oakland, you know, they might have their best team ever. You know, now they got all their guys back, so don't get blown away by their schedule or their stats, because they didn't have two of their best players playing. So you know, Campy's thought the whole time this is one of his best teams, and you know, I'm sure he's hoping we won. You know, because last time we were, they almost beat us. So I don't know, you know, man, I don't know. It's not easy. I'll tell you that the grind that they've been through, and then all of a sudden you got tests every day, and you're trying to squeeze a practice in, and it's even harder on us because we're trying to squeeze a morning or afternoon practice so we can go on the road recruiting that night, because it's the only chance we get to get out. So it is what it is. I'd rather be playing someone else besides Oakland on Saturday, just because you don't know how guys will handle the week, but you know, that's the way the whole season's been. So I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm looking forward to trying to get a little better into things. Now we've got a pretty good clue of what are we good at, what do we average at, and what are we poor at. And you know, we had done such a good job at the free throw line, and then all of a sudden, a couple games, that's not a, you know, we're not very good at guarding the three. We're still not great at turning the ball over. We are getting better at rebounding the ball. And we've been dynamite defensively, even though it's not been from the three.
Tom, forgive me if you got into this at the very beginning, but what did you think of Todd Simon's team? They looked like a group that could take a punch a little bit, had some guys.
You know, I love Todd. I mean, he's from this area. You know, he was so appreciative of being able to come back. I think he had a lot of people here from Fowler. That was cool for him. And we were really impressed with him on film, on how his team plays hard, executes, and whenever you're getting to the foul line a lot, that means you're playing very aggressively. It's one thing we've done an average job at over the year, getting a little better now, but so I think that team's got a chance to win a lot of games in that league. You know, they keep everybody healthy. They had a couple of guys that had been hurt. Yeah, I like the job he's done. I like the opportunity he has. It seems like a nice place looking at it on film, and I'll be pulling for them hard. You know, it's nice to see a local guy do good.
Tom, I wonder how you think, I would imagine Nick kind of felt some eyeballs on him today. I wonder how you thought that he approached, you know, the game and just kind of handling all that.
You know, guys, I gotta say this because it's who I am. You guys are ridiculous last week. You just, you look at things and you don't understand it. I got a job to do, and you ain't gonna get in my way of doing my job. So if you wanna bait them and then get talk radio going like they did, and I mean, by the time Nick got on the airplane, Nick was fine. You know, Nick got frustrated about some things, and I didn't like the way he played. I don't know where you came up with the argument on the bench just to call you out like I get called out, but that wasn't me.
And he was arguing, not you.
Well, you know, when you read that, no, you expect me to take a punch, take one.
Yeah.
Okay? But those are the things that make me want to get real guarded, because I can take them even though I get angry over it. Because I think our fans should be a little more grown up after 23 years of more guys taking more than Nick Ward took. Because I didn't even get on Nick Ward. I just benched him. Okay? And, you know, how did he handle it? Phenomenally. Honest to God, phenomenal. In the plane, coach, you know, I just got upset about, you know, they were doubling me and this and that. I said, yeah, well, your body language, Nick. You didn't get pulled because of your play. You got pulled because of your body language. And I'll be honest with you, you know, we're trying to win a championship. So that when you're trying to win a championship, there's not a lot of margin for error. And I think Rutgers is going to beat some teams there, but Rutgers would be one of those games you can't afford to lose. They knew that going in. They knew how I felt going in. And when I see things real early in the game that lead me to believe that we're reading our press clippings, until the day I get out of this job, it's going to get addressed. And if you don't like it, or if fans don't like it, that's too bad. But other than missing free throws, Nick Ward today, 6 for 10, 4 for 9 from the line, 6 rebounds, 21 minutes, 17 points. I'd say he responded really well. And Cassius Winston was better than Nick Ward. And I do get frustrated because I got a guy here now from Georgetown. And, you know, the game ended, and to be honest with you, it was like, should we close the locker room up? Because that's what they do with their players. What the hell would you do that for? Well, you know, Nick, and man, should we go through the list? Morris Peterson, Mateen Cleaves, you know, that's back when you'd have to worry about lawyers so you could have fist fights in the locker room. You know, it was more fun back then, you know. Now I can't do those things, so I just gotta, you know, by the way, you're gonna sit on the bench second half, you know. I just, that frustrates me. I guess it's stories for you, but why would it be a story when it hasn't? One thing about me, I've been consistent. You know, it's been consistent, there's been no phoniness, it's been consistent the whole time. So, I don't appreciate that, if you want the truth. And yet I'm probably making a bigger deal than it was, because I'm going to remind you that you hold me accountable, I hold you accountable. It's a great country we live in. And Nick Ward, you know, I'm getting people calling me, oh, he's going to transfer. Well, if he wants to transfer, then he should transfer. But, you know, that's the talk radio idiots. And I mean that. Because that's what causes problems on a highly ranked team, that everything is scrutinized, and you got to be able to take that. And you got to be able to handle that. But I don't need my own people poisoning the pot. So that's my statement. You know, you guys must not know me as well as you think you know me. Because you've been with me a long time. Has it ever changed? Ever changed?
Yeah, not once.
Yeah, I'll tell you when it changed. Instead of yelling at him, I did something better. Just said, enjoy this seat next to me, brother. And you know what? That might not have been good for us. It's probably healthier for me. But that was a little different for you guys. And yet if I would have done the other way, scrutinized the same way. So it's not easy to coach in this market anymore. It's not easy to coach with the social media that we got. So I'm on a little rampage here, so you gotta live with it, because I get one shot too. And I got a really good team, and I got really, really, really good guys. And my guys know me. And if I was to step out of bounds, I'm just trying to figure out, why would somebody on Twitter or anywhere else, thank God I don't read that, but I have to listen to people call me, think that sitting a guy is the end of the world, like you know. Any of you have kids? You know, when your kid flunks a class, do you come home and pat him on the back and say, geez, Johnny, nice job. Hope you flunk the next test too. That's crazy. So today, Nick did what great players should do. He responded. When he came out, coach, it was my fault on the free throws. Like the jerk I am, I said, you know what, Nick, I agree. It was. It was. So now you got to work on it a little harder. But Nick was locked in early. You know, we all need, including me. So maybe you guys gave me a little heat check here last week. And so I'm responding to yours. He responded to mine. Beautiful day. Another question, that'll make me feel better.
Tom, you mentioned earlier the other top 10 teams who fell during the week. Do you feel like for you guys this was a week where you escaped?
25-point win. I don't know if that's an escape, but I guess if it is, I'll count it as an escape. You know, 10-point win the other night. I just hope everybody understands that, you know, we're not the Warriors of 3 years ago. We're not going to probably win, you know, 90% of our games. But I think we're still growing. I think we're still looking to improve. I think we're good enough where I'm going to hold the pedal to the metal, because I think we have to constantly improve each day. And with the noise out there, everybody's going to tell these guys how good they are. And I got to make sure that they keep doing the things they got to do to be successful. And that's what I'm going to do all year, but guess what? That's what I've done for 22 other years. And this year it's, you know, hopefully it'll pay some dividends.
Anything else?
Better ask it quick, because Matt's getting nervous that I'll go off again. So you're a dookie, huh? Round table. This week, let's have a round table. We can shut the mics off and have some fun. Hey, I appreciate it. I hope you understand my point. So, you know, you do what you got to do. I got to do what I got to do, and let's have a hell of a time.